With the January transfer window just around the corner, David Moyes is already working with Rob Newman to come up with some transfer targets. And now that Daniel Kretinsky has completed his purchase of the 27% share in the club, there is going to be a bit of a cash injection. Moyes knows that. We as fans know that. Everyone within the club's infrastructure pretty much knows that. And already it has been reported by West Ham latest that Moyes has 3 targets in mind for January. 2 strikers and a midfielder who we are all too familiar with. All 3 of these players have been mentioned before. All 3 have been linked with West Ham in the past to a greater or lesser extent. The players are Youssef En-Nesyri, a Moroccan striker who plays for Sevilla. Anthony Martial, the Manchester United striker who is often under heavy scrutiny from the United fans because of poor performances. And, of course, lo and behold, Jesse Lingard, who has started to figure that he's not really part of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans and that he's better off away from Old Trafford. I'm going to talk about all 3 players in this video and give my thoughts on them being Moyes' targets. Look, okay, we need a striker, as we know. I don't want to have to keep repeating that in these transfer videos because we know that we need a striker. And you're going to hear loads of strikers being linked with West Ham over the next few months. I guarantee it. Okay, I do guarantee it. Adam Holozek was mentioned in my last video on Wheel and Deal. I'm going to be mentioning 2 more players, and I'm not sure if I have mentioned them in the past on this channel. I may have to a less extent, but I haven't really talked about them in more depth. Moyes wants to sign Youssef En-Nesyri, Martial on loan, and then Lingard in. That's what West Ham latest said. Youssef En-Nesyri is one of African football's biggest talents, a 24-year-old forward. He has spent all of his playing career in Spain so far. He's played for Malaga, Leganés and Sevilla. He's currently at Sevilla, having signed from Leganés in 2019. And in his first full season with Sevilla, he totaled 18 goals in 38 games. And this season he has 3 goals and 7 appearances in the league so far. En-Nesyri has also won 2 Africa Cup of Nations tournaments with the Moroccan national team. This is a guy who was linked with West Ham before. He was linked last January. I think that this is going to be a hit or miss kind of thing. I don't know whether I'm convinced by him or not. I actually don't know much about En-Nesyri to even give a fair judgment of him. And that's not me just putting this video out there to be pointless. That's just me being completely honest with you. I don't know a hell of a lot about him because he hasn't played in England before. But he is, I think, going to be potentially coming to the Premier League, I should say, from a league where there's a lot of flair in it, and that's what he adds to this game. And En-Nesyri is a player who has quite a bit of flair to him. He's been a key player and a striker who's started to worm his way into the Sevilla team as a very, very important striker. He's one of the Liga's upcoming strikers as well. And Sevilla's a team that actually likes to counter-attack a lot. And that would suit him at West Ham. And En-Nesyri would ball and embrace a counter-attacking system. He really, really would. And I think he would actually be a decent signing. Moyes can add him into a bit of a 3-way with Fornals and Bowen, with En-Nesyri having more service from the sides. And that's what's going to be helpful to him, maybe diagonal balls coming into him a bit more. That's why En-Nesyri would be a good player, because he likes to those diagonal balls, gets him from behind, and then tends to challenge the keeper from there onwards. So we need that extra threat, and obviously he's a younger player, he's a fitter player than Antonio, with all due respect to Antonio. En-Nesyri would be all right, if you ask me. Anthony Martial joining on loan. Now, this is one that I would actually be all for, and let me tell you why. Do you remember how Jesse Lingard was slagged off by Man United fans for being lazy, came to West Ham, did what he did, scored 9 goals in 16 games, and ended up helping West Ham get into the Europa League? Anthony Martial could actually go down the same route under David Moyes. Although Moyes did not work with Martial at Manchester United, Martial's a player who's similar to Lingard in the sense that United fans have heavily criticised him. I think it's more justified for Martial than it is Lingard, because Martial signed for £38 million from Monaco in a fee that could have risen as high as nearly £60 million with all the add-ons and other transfer fees. But Anthony Martial is a player who had a really good 2019-20 season. United fans were really excited and thought, oh, he's got it back, he's got his magic touch back. But since then, he's scored 5 goals in the last 2 seasons. And it hasn't been good enough for the amount of money that was paid for him and the kind of player he is. He was considered one of France's brightest footballing talents when he was a child. He was compared to Thierry Henry. Other players have praised him. Other defenders have said that he's really tough to play against. He can play as a centre forward and play on the left wing as well, so he's a dual threat player. He's got good dribbling skills, Martial does. And he's a player that's always been pushed on to be better. And I think that's what Solskjaer's not doing at Man United. He's not pushing these players to be better. He's not giving them a kick up the backside. I think Martial needs that kick up the backside seriously and being told, look, you're a striker, you score goals as the fundamental role of your job, get on with it. Start doing it more often, man. That is exactly, I think, what's up. And Moyes is going to be quite firm, I think, if Martial does come. Martial will probably be signed on loan, and I would be all for that anyway. If it means we actually do sign a striker on loan anyway in January and do get a real one permanently signed in the summer, that's all right by me. But Martial on loan to West Ham, I think he could be a bit different. You know what I'm saying? He offers more than what Andriy Yarmolenko offers, that is for sure. And I would like to see how he gets on under a new manager, because having a new face in the dressing room and having a new manager help you are 2 very important things that can help you get your career back on track. And Martial needs that for sure. Finally, Jesse Lingard coming back. We are going to hear about this time and time and time again until it actually does happen. But I know that Lingard and his brother have a lot of love for the club still. His brother talks about West Ham on social media quite often. Lingard interacts with West Ham players on Instagram. Comments on the pictures, likes the pictures. You can't tell me that Lingard doesn't have a soft spot for West Ham. He had one of the best experiences of his life playing for the Hammers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious as to what he did for West Ham. And as Hammers fans, we know about that. We know about the impact that he had. It's rumoured that he is now going to be leaving Manchester United. He initially wanted to go back to United because his family was based in the north and he wanted to be closer to his daughter. But he started to slowly come to his senses and realise he's not a part of Solskjaer's plans. He's just going to be a substitute at the very best for the most part, and maybe even get a start in cup games, but that's no use to him. He wants to be starting in the Premier League, of course. He's being shut out by players such as Bruno Fernandes. In fact, Man United's got a lot of players that could end up leaving. Pogba could leave. Van den Beek could end up leaving. And I wouldn't blame him, by the way, for wanting to go. Dean Henderson wants to go because he's not getting any game time. Lingard's now going to want to go because he's obviously not getting game time. My message to Jesse Lingard has always been, go to where you're loved. Go to a place where you can actually be appreciated and get game time. West Ham's opening the door for him. He needs to walk through it. And I definitely, honestly, can see him actually coming back to West Ham. Because West Ham offers him a new set of friends. It offers him a lot more togetherness, and he's always welcome in that dressing room. He's a big personality in the dressing room. Everyone loves him in there because of his dance moves and all of his, fashion sense. And the way he interacts with players like Declan Rice. Him and Zuma in the dressing room will be just like comedy gold. And that's a good thing to have, a happy dressing room with happy players. Lingard needs to go where he's happy. Don't tell me that him sitting on the bench at Man United is making him happy. It's not. Get him to the ball, get him playing. I'll summarise what I've just said for a conclusion in this video. En-Nesyri and Martial are linked with West Ham, apparently. They are Moyes' targets. En-Nesyri plays in a league with a lot of flair. I think he would be good for West Ham, but I haven't seen him play in person yet and don't want to make a solid judgment right now. Could it be a risky one? Yes. Martial, on the other hand, wouldn't be risky as he's played in the Premier League for quite some time. What I will say about Martial is that he needs to get his form back, and coming to West Ham could help him. There, working under David Moyes and working under a new system could work to his benefit, like it did for his current Man United teammate, Jesse Lingard, who is also linked with coming back to West Ham. So En-Nesyri, Martial, Lingard, it could be on. Let's see what happens in January. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. You may notice that my format's a bit different in my videos these days. You don't have to thing at the start and end of the video. I'm doing it on my phone because when it's breaking news, it's easier to do it on my phone because it uploads quicker. Things like Off the Press and the game reviews, sometimes they can come a little bit later, but things like this need to come now, there and then just to keep on time with here in Canada. But normal format will resume very soon. Thank you very much for watching this, guys. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all soon.